I know it's. Bleh. Let me make sure my mic's not 2 feet in front of my face. Now I know what you're thinking. Door. And that is true. That's a weird noise. But yeah, that is true. There's a door. And I know what you must be thinking. Oh, this must have took like 5 minutes to make. No, this took me 7 hours. I'm not joking. This took me 7 hours. And you must be thinking, oh, after this little thing, maybe he did something interesting for like the next prompt that he was given to try to draw. Well, I'll tell you one thing. The prompt was shirt. And if you know me too well, you already know where this is going. Yeah, it's Genesis. So after unironically spending 7 hours drawing a door, and I must stress it was 7 hours, and is a clear indication as to why I need to be back on ADHD medicine, because holy fucking shit. I got distracted hard, which is why it took 7 hours to draw a door. Why did it take 7 hours to draw a door? I will never understand. But what I do understand is that this is Monday, and this is a fine quality live stream from TV Sierra Productions, and I am having issues keeping this fucking PDA sitting up on its little thing. I'm having to use all my Hue cards and my Game Gear copy of Last Bible to prop this thing up to the correct angle so that you can look at it properly on the stream. And also so it doesn't have the gremlin showing up on the screen. That gremlin is me. But yeah, it's Monday. It is it's February 2nd, 2026. Puxatony Phil saw The Shadow, and apparently we have 6 more weeks of hell, also known as winter, to get through. It's pretty cold outside. I did go get a sandwich today because I didn't want to have a PB&J sandwich for the 3rd night in a row. I wanted to actually have an actual like meat sandwich. I don't buy deli meat, to be honest. I know what you're thinking. Oh, shouldn't you? My ADHD is so fucked, and my like memory is so fucked at the moment that I forget that I have it. If I just don't have it like every single day. You see why I need to go to the doctor? Oh boy. I do throw it out when it goes out of date, but yeah, sometimes I just forget that I have deli meat and cheese, and then it just goes bad and I have to throw it out. So yeah, I need to be back on medication. Although I thought about this, I picked the worst day to actually go to the doctor at 7 in the morning, because as it turns out, it's supposed to be freezing rain. Potentially freezing rain on Wednesday, which means I have to be driving on the road at 6 in the morning, which means there's going to be ice on the road. But it was quite literally the only way I could get a appointment that didn't involve me waiting until March or April or May to be seen. And it doesn't mess with my, well, I mean, on the nice side, it doesn't mess with my work. I can actually just, I think it's just a short walk to my job, so I can just park at the usual parking deck I park at and then go to the doctor. I could actually, no, go into the office, put my stuff down at the desk I'm going to be using for the day, and then just go to the doctor and then come back. Pretty good stuff. But yeah, the lighting for this PDA wasn't the reason why we were late. The reason we were late was I needed to actually get a fucking like monitor so I could actually look at myself like straight forward. I've gotten tired of like looking off to the side, because for the longest while I've only had a monitor on the side, which is how I'm able to look at you on the game scenes. But I've not actually had one in front of me, right? And it's kind of hard to have that considering my setup. So I have a dual monitor mount, right? Little vertical tower. And I have, you know, the magic phone that makes CGI man happen. And then I have the main monitor. And then I have a gigantic 4K TV, which will at some point in the future crush my head. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But I've not really had a good spot to really put a, you know, a camera, like, output. But I forgot I had one of those, like, Feel World, like, little preview monitors for, like, cameras. So I've put it behind the monitor mount to the left of Magic Phone. And hopefully, I like how I keep looking over here, even though I can quite literally see myself right there in front of me. This is going to take a bit to get used to. But yeah, we have to get used to the fact that I've changed my setup for a bit. Anyway, tonight I have a Palm Pilot in front of me. It has, well, currently it has my date book just to show you that it is my Palm Pilot. But in a minute, we're going to switch this over to a little game called Serious Sam, The First Encounter. If you're not aware, this game did actually get released for the Palm Pilot, I believe in 03 or 04. I'm trying to remember, but yeah. It runs on OS 3.5 up to, but you cannot run it on 5, so it runs on 3.5 and 4. And it is not like the actual Serious Sam. You're gonna look at this, and you'll be like, oh, that's something. And it is something. It's a video game. But yeah, I do want to say hello to, well, since I don't have to show the main, like, game monitor, let me actually get my chat up on the screen in front of me. It will be Big Funny Thren. I do want to say hello to Thren, to Honeybird, to K Price, to Hellhounds, and to anyone else watching right now. And I guess we might as well switch to this, shouldn't we? Let me get it to get it to today's Outlook, because I have work stuff on the other days. So let me quickly just see how this shot is blocked real quick. Just to make sure that I'm only capturing what needs to be captured. I am not capturing what needs to be captured. Hold on, I gotta modify the thing. Ooh, that white balance is really fucking it up. Come on. Ooh, that white balance is fucked. Yeah, white balance do be fucked. Anyway, I'm gonna switch over now, so you can see what I'm talking about, and then yeah, we're gonna get going. Button. Okay, so yes, this is my actual Palm Pilot that I use for organizing my mess of a life. This is a Palm M515. This specific model is from 2003. It originally had Graffiti 2 on it, and I've been bitching about that a lot, but some people have helped me flash mod this to have 4.1, not 4.1.2, which is 4.1. And now I can actually use this damn thing. But I'm going to unplug this for just a second so I can get to the game. Listen to these cool sounds. Oh yeah, I added sounds to this. New sounds. I can make it play the Star Trek intro. The original series. Hold on. I can demonstrate this real quick. This is gonna be loud, by the way, because this is coming straight through my microphone. Let's see. Give me Star Trek. That's so fucking true. Anyway, let me put it to the correct one, which is gurgle. That's so true as well. I don't like that this is defaulting to daily repeat. So I need to fix that in the future. Anyway, I'll deal with that later. Let's get Serious Sam up, which is right here. And then I'm going to put the stylus in its little slot. Now, for the rest of this game, as far as I'm aware, I do not need to use the stylus. Although I will have it out, now that I think about it. And there's no music for this game because this damn thing only has a piezoelectric speaker in it. So it is one monophonic. Or, yeah, monophonic. So you're not getting any, like, music. However, through the power of remembering how the internet works, I have the soundtrack in the background from the actual PC version, and I think I have these in the correct order, and we're just gonna learn the route, how it currently is. The speed run for this game currently, I believe, has a 7-minute world record. But the thing to denote with that is that there is no hardware runs of this game at this time. So, should I actually pull through and get this game learnt and submit a run and it gets verified and put on the leaderboard, right? I would have the only actual hardware run. And I understand why that's a bit of a pain to kind of do. I mean, you're looking at this, right? We're going back to like TBCR streaming fucking I have not started the music yet. I will get to that in just a second. I want to kind of get my thoughts out on this before we get going. But yeah, you see this. This is TBCR plays fucking what's the name of the game? Killing Time on an actual iMac levels of like gameplay. Oh, give me 1 second. I'm readjusting a thing real quick. Cool. All right. So, yeah. We have camera tier. I would like to get an actual TV out set up for this. Be cursed, but I think it's doable. That might be why people do it in emulation, because this is pretty funny to have to do it like this. Anyway, I'm gonna get the music started because the runs themselves that I am watching also do not have music as well. So I'm gonna get the intro going, and I need you to tell me if it's too loud or not. Holy shit! Are you ready to be fucking terrified? Can you hear that? Can you hear it now? Currently. There's a terrifying reason I asked this. Oh my god, it's fucking bass boosted to shit. Oh, I know why. Hold on. Does it have rock equalizer on? It does. Oh my god. That was terrifying. That was at like 1. And it was like about to like make my ears bleed. All right, this is 5% volume. I feel like the headphones that Dank Pods blows up right now. This is just 5% volume. Holy shit. All right, I need to move some mice around. Most particularly my Mac mouse. All right, so we're gonna have to get to this. Now I have done like I think at least 2 levels. So we'll do those 2 levels first, and then we'll head to the 3rd level. I think the game should still be up. Yeah. All right, so the run, let me just quickly show the controls for the game. Let me just move this a little bit. Also, here's my cool setup to keep this in place. So the controls are, this shoots, this moves forward and backwards, this turns left and right. I think this is the curse strafe button. I'm not going to use this. Hold on, I think it also tells me how to control the game in here. Yeah, so it uses a Palm 3 for the example here, or Palm 3C, because it has a color display. But yeah, you change your weapon with the fucking letter part of the graffiti thing. The computer's right here. You go back to the, home menu for the PDA there. The menu for the game's right here. And yeah, strafe lock. Very cursed. Anyway, let's get to this, shall we? I gotta get this in like a good setup. All right, there we go. And this is on tourist. By the way, I can barely see this. It's really hard. I don't want the gremlin on screen because in order for me to like have this looking good, I have to make it to where it's hard for me to see it. I really need one of those like an actual proper camera that isn't a fucking Canon, that I can like point down at this thing, but also have like an HDMI out so I can actually see what I'm looking at. But apparently this is not a perfect world because Canons are the cheapest things that you can buy. All right, I'm gonna have to move forward a little bit. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, again, this setup, this is the first time I've actually done this on like screen, right? So it's still a little bit of a work in progress in terms of like actually getting it to work correctly. Yeah. Sorry, hold on. I'm just trying to like sit in a good spot. It's a bit hard. All right, I think this might work. I think it might work. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna push this on the first level music. And then this level doesn't take long. All right. All right, so I need to go left and right over to here. You're gonna hear a lot of beeps in the background. That's from this. All right, so prepare yourselves for Serious Sam for the Palm Pilot. All right, so we're moving. I'm sorry if the frame rate's a bit weird. I think it's Droid Cam being odd. Oh, I need to back up. All right, there we go. All right, so we're making our way through. Yep, okay, cool. Oh, I need to go this way. And then, I need to go through this door, and I need to line up with the shotgun that's right here. Okay, cool. Get the shield. Very nice. End of the level. Sand Canyon. Serious Sam is despite the name, a very unserious game. I mean, you have a weapon that's quite literally just a cannon. But, I mean, this is not a bad option for what is a 33 megahertz 68K processor with like 16 megabytes of RAM. Incorrect, Thren. I believe this is 160 by 160. I'm going to confirm that real quick. It is a... Yeah, this is 160 by 160. I'm having to play it in its hot sink dock, just so I can get like a stable footing. I really need to come up with like a solution for this. Again, TV out would work out very well. All right, do I have it selected correctly? Yeah, I do. All right, here we go. Bam. All right, here we go. So we're going through. Cool, got it. Need to avoid. Okay, avoided. Need to head this way. Looks like I'm being, like, shot shit at. I'm at 7 health. I need to be careful. Oh, okay, cool. All right, cool. In the second half, I am gonna... Oh, I thought that was health for some reason. That's okay. Oh, come on, don't die. Ah, okay, I died. I gotta get the stylus. Stylus. There we go. Okay, so let's see if we can avoid again. Cool. Okay, I died. All right, we're just gonna start back at the beginning. Quick game. Back to the thing. Cool. Just gonna get this going again. I feel like this thing's gonna like go boosh at any point. Oh, I can just go pop and then go. Cool. See, they thought ahead. They thought the people that would not be fucked to read anything and just skip ahead. All right, so let's not die this time. We're at 52. Got the shotgun. Okay, done with level 1. Back into level 2. After this level, I will need to actually look up how to do it. Oh, I went the wrong way. That's fine. So I just need to... Whoa! Okay. That was a cool loss of frame rate for a moment. I do like that I'm regaining health back. Very nice. As I'm getting 4 frames a second in some areas. Alright. Let's see if I won't die here. Okay, good. Narrowly avoided. And done with the level. All right, cool. So now we get to the part of the game that I actually need to like look at. Because yeah. I like how my mic is still being picked up. I need to point out that I have a fucking sock on this mic, and it's still being picked up with infrared. Because it looks, this black mic thing looks white in the infrared, if you can believe it. And it gets tricked into thinking it is my pasty white skin. right, but yeah, this is the level I need to look at. So the world record is not 7 minutes, it is 12 minutes 21. But I might be able to save some time on the menuing because I think the runner... No, the runner also does the other one. So let me just skip to level 3 real quick. You're gonna hear the beeps as well. What do you mean you can run Palm Pilot and Recharge? Wild. Is it... Which one's level 3? Is this level 3? I think. I wish I could show you this, but like trying to get this properly shown on the setup is going to be hard. All right, I'm on level 3 now. So let me just observe this real quick. We'll get the music going, at least. So good. All right, so just go straight forward. Straight forward. Take a right. Take a big right. Take a left into a door. Another left. Hang the left wall. And then go into the loading zone. Then take a right. Go through a very claustrophobic hallway. Go through the first door that you see. And then take a left, and another left, and a right, and a left. Is this just going straight down the hallway? Looks like it. This level, whoo, that part looks like it would chug a system. All right, let's see how much of this I can actually remember. That's a pretty long level, for at least for this game. Yeah. Get the camera moved. Ooh. Want to make sure I have this showing correctly. Should I just zoom in on the game itself? I can do that. Hold on. I just need to... Oh, no, that is as far as I can zoom in. I'm going to have to quite literally physically zoom it in. Physical zoom. And then... There we go. And then just move it up. And then turn it. Actually, I don't think I can turn it anymore because I think the phone is quite literally rubbing up against the mount. Yeah. All right, this is as good as I can get it. All right, so just to double check, we start the level. Well, yeah, we start the level. Go straight and then straight. And then right and then right and then left. Okay. Hold on. I cannot fucking see where I'm going. All right, that is as far as I'm gonna go before I check again. Hang the left wall into the warp. And then go down the hallway, then take it right into a thing. Go past some things. First door you see on the right. And go straight, and then left. All right. All right, so go in. Go down this way, take the right. Okay, so then we head through. And this is as far as I got in the video. Pretty tricky little hallway. There's some enemies, that's why I'm saying it's tricky. Yeah. Go down. Big room. Just go straight to the door in the middle. And that's the end of the level. So we're actually near the end of this level. Oh, got hit. I actually have more health than the runner does at this point. Alright, big room. Ah, I died. Alright, let's see if I can remember this. Every time I die, we're just going to restart from the beginning. Oh, that is wobbly. Hold on. I would like to find, like, an actual proper solution for this real quick. I need to, like, disappear off the screen. I don't want this, like, falling on me while I'm trying to do this. Is that understandable? Ah, I found the perfect thing to prop this up. It's called Magical Tetris Challenge, this fucking video game. The N64 for Speedrunner Quest is still set up, by the way. I just took this out of it because I got so frustrated. Alright, so let's have this sitting here. How much of these do I gotta get rid of to prop this up? More than I think. Oh no, the gremlin was on screen for a moment. What's also not helping is the fact that this cable is like slightly moving the PDA. All right, I think we'll go again. So we'll start on. Whoop. Yep. Let's have my thing right here not be a terrible spot. All right, here we go. By the way, I wanted to know, since I have the doctor's appointment on Wednesday, since it's at such an early time, I'm having to look into if doing a stream on Wednesday is actually viable, because I'm going to have to go to bed at, like, midnight, and I don't know when I'm going to be getting off work on... Can my fucking hand... Can you fucking stop? Apparently not. I know what I can do. Okay, maybe I could have done something other than that. Hold on. Ah, there we go. I've done a thing. All right, here we go. Oh, okay. So let's see if we can get through this without dying horrifically this time. Okay, this solution is not going to work because the N64 cart is like slowly pushing back. So when I'm done with this level, I'm just going to have to like come up with a better solution. Or maybe it could work. I don't know. No, this will not work. Actually, hold on. Idea forming. Synapses in brain. Moving. Grooving even. Okay. I put the cartridge on the bottom. and then put the hue cards on the top. So there's like a bit of a non-slippery surface. This turns out N64 carts are apparently very slippery. Actually, hold on. Better idea. Better idea. How about I put a hue card under the N64 cart? That way we have a bit of a non-slippery surface. That might work. All right, anyway. This is stuff that really only affects me. It doesn't really affect you at all. All right, so trying to get through this without dying. Only lost a little bit of health. I do want to pick that up just to be safe. And then go through here. Back outside. I love how the outside sections have a faster frame rate than the inside ones. There is something to be said about that. I don't know what that is, but we'll figure it out when we get to it. All right, so let's see how much of this I can remember. Up. The only reason I know that is because I saw the purple bar. Because as you notice, there's no audio because my setup is a piece of shit. Hello, PMC Trilogy. I hope you're doing well. Maybe you heard it. I didn't hear it. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. It is gaming in the palm of my hand. Hope the game that you were playing is, you're on the Tecmo, RPG game, I think. I saw a bit of it. But yeah, for the people coming from PMC Trilogy's chat that don't know who I am, I'm TBCR. I'm a speedrunner that just so happens to be a CGI man, which you cannot see me at the moment because I was trying to fix something. Hi. And right now we're trying to learn Serious Sam for the Palm Pilot, and I'm not joking. This is a Palm M515, currently sitting in its hot sink cradle. And the main reason I'm learning this is because I think it's funny to be speedrunning a FPS on something designed to manage your day. It is pretty funny. At least to me. All right. This is a pain in the ass, though, to try to capture because there's no TV out for these things. Unless there is like a TV out module and I'm just not aware. But hold on. Palm PDA TV out. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Oh my goodness, there actually is. It's called the Margi Presenter to Go. It is an SD card with a cable attached to a little box with a VGA out. Huh. Yeah. It can't be that expensive. It's only $50. Let's go. Oh no, the gremlin was on screen. Ah. All right, I'm buying this. I quite literally need this if I need to do this. Delivering powerful handheld presentations, easy as 1, 2, 3. So good. Connect to a projector or other VGA device. Oh wait, hold on. Springboard module that allows for handheld users. What? No, that's not a springboard module because springboard is visor. Hold on, I need to look at this physically with my eyes. Oh, dear God. Okay. I don't think this is as intuitive as I think it is. I think you move the presentation onto... Presentation can run from anywhere in the room via remote control. I feel like I'm gonna buy this and it's not going to, No, okay, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna jump on it. I'm just gonna jump on it. We've jumped on it. I will get it by the end of this week. Oh, God. We truly are getting into cursed territory. Oh, no, the gremlin's on the screen. All right, anyway, let's get back to the curse capture setup because this is the funnier one. All right, here we go. All right, there you go. I can barely see what I'm doing at the moment, by the way. Hold on, I need to actually have this, like, in the correct finger position. Settle down. I had to think about what I just said. Oh, no, I'm at 38 health. I wonder if I just wait a little bit. I know this. I'm supposed to be learning this in, like, a speedrun fashion, but, like... I also need the health. I might not have enough. Oh, go in. Go in. I need to go to the right. No, I do not need to go to the right. I went the wrong way. I was supposed to go to the left. Enjoy the frame rate of a 33 megahertz 68K processor. This system was not designed to be doing what I'm doing at the moment. But it's funny, so I continue to do it. Are we playing this on the Game Boy? Nope. A Palm PDA. Chance, if you can come up with a PDA that runs on RISC-V, get back to me on that. Yeah, there's a few other FPS games, but this is, as far as I'm aware, the only one that is on... based off a property that was pre-existing at the time. The other ones are kind of like unique original titles. This is the only one based off an actual, like, game that this could be considered a port, even though it's really its own version. Because the 68K processor is not really great for doing 3D on it. Take a look at the Amiga, for instance. There are Amiga FPS games, but you really need, like, a good, like, powerful CPU, like the 6860. I about said 6850. No, this is a real thing. This was made by Global Star Software, I believe. And this came out in... No, sorry, this was made by Interactive Vision and was published by Global Star Software in 2001, actually. So this came out around the time of the M500, which is this thing here, by the way. And if you're wondering why we're not playing it on this, I'll tell you why. It's because this thing... well, this thing's in grayscale. And you have to think, well, you could still play a game on something like that. No, looks like a blurry fucking mess. So we're not playing it on the M500. Although you can. I wouldn't recommend it. And then, I know what you're thinking. Well, Teeps, don't you have, like, an ARM-based Palm Pilot? I do. It's the Palm TX. Ugh. That's a weird... The digitizer's making my chat look like a hall of mirrors. Ooh. But yeah, why don't you play Serious Sam on that, Teebs? I will quite literally show you why we are doing the M500 specifically, or 515. I think I can. Right? Yeah. See, we got it right here. Looks a lot nicer, doesn't it? This is where the fun ends, however. So I'm gonna hit new game, tourist. And then I'm gonna go to here. And this is why we're not playing it on this system, even though it is faster. Oh, I can't even see. Oh no. This is unplayable. At least it's if you like cross your eyes, you'll have it in 3D. Oh boy. Anyway. That's why we're not doing it on the Palm TX. Also, this digitizer is dog shit. I can try to write the letter K, and it'll act like I'm writing the letter X. So, not fun. Anyway, back to 68K land. As we're in the Valley of the Kings. And I need to actually, like, watch the video real quick. We are learning this basically in real time, so I apologize if there's, like, any delay in me actually playing the game. Is because I'm trying to figure this out basically live. We may potentially get a run of this done tonight if I can learn it. You found my Risk 5 bullshit? I will take a look at that in a bit. Okay, so we take a right, then keep forward, then we take the first left, then keep forward, then take a left, and then get a beep, and then in we go. All right, so let's see if I can replicate that at least. So it's this way, keep forward, take to the left, keep forward. Uh-oh. That is as far as I can remember. So it was start with the right, keep forward. Take the first left, then keep forward. And then take the left. And then the exit's right there. All right, cool. So it's this way. And there it is. That's just the end of the first part. There's another part to it as well. My back is going to fucking hurt by the end of this stream. Go forward, slight left, slight right, slight left, and then there's a door. All right. So again, it was so true. Forward, slight left, slight right. It's basically serpentine. Then a left. Okay. So straight forward. Slight left, slight right, serpentine basically. Dead. Oh, I forgot to put the stylus back in the TX. And chance you will find this surprising, but this game never got ported to iPad or Pocket PC. Also, 6.5 minutes coming up to the first ad break for this fine quality live stream. As a reminder, there's various ways to deal with adding that you're about to get from twitch.tv. They show weird ads sometimes. If you do watch the ads, please let me know what you get. I always am curious as to what Twitch decides to slam against this weird mess of a live stream. But if you don't want to deal with them, various things you can do. Extensions of the blocking variety or even alternative player varieties. There's obviously picture-in-picture. It comes free with your browser. And applications like Streamlink, which opens the stream up in MPV and VLC and does some stuff when the ad breaks come in. But if you don't want to deal with any of that and you just want to watch this damn stream without ads, maybe get some I'm not switching the music again. But you want to get some bonus content along with your ad-free experience on this live stream, such as bonus videos, early access to any videos I do publish onto YouTube, behind the scene things, and a bit more. What the fuck am I doing? Let's try that again. And yeah, you want to get that stuff. So behind the scene, early access to any videos, work in progress prints, and bonus videos. Behind the scenes stuff, and some exclusive streams that I want to do in the future. Definitely consider a sub to the fine quality live stream. But if you don't care about the ads, but you still want to get that bonus content, and maybe even get your name listed in my YouTube videos, I do have a coffee that you can find a link to down below. Again, what am I doing? Let's try this again. But yeah, I have a coffee down below. It's got 2 tiers. Both tiers will give you access to the bonus content in the Discord. But the second tier, I think me talking is not helping. But yeah, the second tier will get your name listed at the end of any videos. I'm also trying, and also I'm gonna be doing some polls in the future for what videos you would like to see me do next that you can vote on. So we'll see how that goes in the future. I already have like 3 videos at least in the works at the moment, so these videos that will be put up for vote will be for like smaller form videos. So the videos that are coming out in between these big videos. All right, so let's try this again. Okay, cool. Got 2 of them at 64 health. Only went down 10. Gonna grab that. Back up 10. Come on. All right, so now we're in the second half of the level. Oh, nope, not there. Need to go here. Okay, cool. Also, do not worry if anyone puts in a posture check. My posture is fucking perfect at the moment because I need to actually have good posture to be able to look at the fucking screen. That's how much of a mess this is. I'm actually a bit too straight with my back at the moment. I am at 6 health. I need to wait. I'm not gonna survive that. Oh boy. But yeah, I have that TV out thing. Oh, I need to share that with someone because hold on. I need to share this item with someone to be like, because we were talking about trying to do a TV out solution for the Palm Pilot, right? And now that I know that there is actually such a thing, I want to make sure I share that with them. So let me do that real quick. All right, anyway, let's keep going. So we go, oh, okay. Oh no, this one's right. I'm thinking too far ahead. I'm thinking way too far ahead. First in. This is the one that's on the left. See, I'm thinking way too far ahead. I have more health than the runner did at the time. I now have less health than they did. All right, and then I just need to die. No. Okay. All right, so let's try this again, because I kind of have to, because I'm not saving at all. Oh, my fucking back. I might have to, like, move my chair up a little bit. Hold on. I was kind of hoping not to, because I kind of like keeping my chair at, like, one specific spot, but, like, it is really hard to, like, look at this game at any angle other than almost dead, like, dead straight. When I get that thing, I'm gonna actually be able to, like, sit back with, like, the cradle in my, like, lap and whatnot. I will have to set up the OSSC though, because it's VGA out specifically. Okay, cool. All right, so we go here, pick these two up. Can you hear the bleeps and bloops from the piezoelectric speaker? That'd be really funny if my mic is actually, like, cutting that out. It shouldn't, as far as I'm aware. All right, I took a big chunk of damage. All right, I might not survive this. I might not survive this. Because I kind of need the shotgun. You hear the bleeps and bloops? Hell yeah. Oh, wrong way. Come on. This is very, like, jarring to have this, like, high quality music going on. Meanwhile, Wolf 3D clone, more or less. All right, here we go. Can you gotta, like, be, like, dead on to pick those up. All right, here we go. And turn into here. I think a lot of, like, the time saving in this is gonna be, like, line. Hey, Teebs, can you, like, not do that? Why do you keep doing that? International Fashion Store. Some anime you've never heard of. Lazy Boy. Gambling ad making fun of number of gambling ads. Lease to own computer even with bad credit. Oh, that one's kind of like, I feel like a harbinger of things to come in the industry. Because I feel like with the raising of prices for things, they're going to try to get computers to be a rent-to-own type of thing, which actually ends up costing you more money in the long run than it does just buying it outright. Whoop. All right, here we go. I need to double check to see if I can actually save. Hold on. Can I save? No, I can't. I have to do it in one go. Big oof. The fact that I have to basically beat the game in one go. That's called how to increase playtime. Make it to where if the player dies, they have to play the whole game over again. It's kind of like at the early versions of, what is it? Legend of Zelda Parallel Worlds. Yeah. In the opening, like, act of the game, if you died at any point before getting the sword, you were effectively forced to restart the game from the beginning. And while the version that I've been trying to go through very slowly on stream is a lot kinder than that, it is by no means easier, as we've observed with the game constantly crashing, because you're not really supposed to be playing that on like actual hardware, which is a really funny thought. No, Parallel Worlds, a fan scenario, as I'll call it, for Link to the Past. Yeah. I'd like to call it a fan scenario because it is a whole campaign in of itself. Kind of have the same kind of like evocation of like how we describe custom like campaigns in Marathon. They're not mods. They're like fan scenarios. So I like to call them fan scenarios, but I mean that is technically what it is, yeah. I'm having such a hard time right now. Trying to get through that one level because I keep falling for the same fucking thing because I never learn. Sometimes I describe things in very roundabout ways. Okay, so I'm doing this one right. I know that. And then this one's correct. It's just that opening part of the third one that I keep fucking up consistently. Come on. So we're gonna pick that up, go into here. Try to cut the line, but you seem to get caught on walls very easily in this game. I am cruising for a bruising every time I shoot at that thing and then immediately turn. All right, let's try this again. Hold on. Okay. So I go through here, and I need to hug the left wall. then go right, and then do this thing so I can like turn a bit more efficiently. Because turning in the tank control games is very cumbersome sometimes. I forgot how to control the game for a moment. Also, this thing is about to slide off. I'm like trying to desperately hold it in place. Whoa! That wall does need a hug. Did you see how I was on like 3 health leaving that? Oh. I cannot remember, to be honest. I haven't played regular Serious Sam in a good bit. How long did it take me to get to that last level? Minute 2, 41, 31. And this is using the text for the OS itself for this. Seriously, I will recommend if you need like if you want to kind of like move yourself away, like wean yourself away from having to rely on a smartphone for everything related to your life. These are not bad values. Okay, this one right here, $19 for parts on Mercari, and then the battery was like $10, and it comes with the torque screws to like open the thing up. And this is neat because this has a metal back and front. This is metal, actual metal. This one's metal on the front, but plastic on the back. And then you can buy like the, this is actual leather. I do have to note that. I wish it was like faux leather, but no, these are actual leather. But these are kind of very essential for being able to protect the screen. And this is, did I build these? No. No, but I have done battery changes. It's not hard to change these. I will say though, this is probably the M505 or the M515 is a bit easier. I've broken like the little clip right here where the reset thing is, and I've had to use double-sided tape to keep this basically like in place. But the nice thing about this is you can put up to, I believe, 2 gigs of FAT16 or FAT30, yeah, FAT16 storage. This one has a 512 megabyte SD card. Ooh. But like that's plenty of storage. And if for some reason you don't want to go for big boy storage, you can get obviously the TX, which has, you can put up to, with like special drivers, I think like 2 terabytes on it. I would only do that if you're like planning on using it as like a media player, honestly. All right, I need to focus for a second. All right, so it's right, then straight ahead, then left, then straight ahead, then left. And this is where I gotta lock in. Okay. And now I need to wait for a bit because I would like to actually like get through this damn game. I'm gonna rewatch the video real quick to see where I need to go. If I remember correctly, it's straight, slight left, then to the right, kind of serpentine, and then to the left, and then that should take you in. We're about almost a third of the way through the run at this point. So true. See how you go through, slight left, slight right, then to the left, then there is a door on the right, and then once we go through, I'll look at the rest of the video. How many levels are there? total for this. I think it's the same number of levels as the original game, which I think is like 15 levels. Yeah, 15. Levels. I will say, if you want to try these out, there are emulators for Palm OS. Palm doesn't exist anymore, by the way. HP bought them out in the mid 2000s, and then Palm made WebOS. You may recognize that name. Some of your TVs may be running on it. Yeah, Palm made WebOS originally. WebOS is essentially supposed to be like a continuation of Palm OS, but it's like a branch point. There's a Japanese company that makes stuff more based off of this, which I think is Palm OS 6, but it's rarely used anymore. But there were a bunch of like phones exclusive to Japan that ran on a mobile phone OS that had backwards compatibility with Palm OS applications. And I would like to get one of those phones because I think that's a very neat thing. And then there is the WebOS, which is currently open source. Yeah, because Open WebOS. Which is more Linux based, but it was originally developed by Palm. It was used on the Pre, it was used on the Pixie, their Feld touchpad. Some of you might remember that. Remember the Veer, the HP Veer? That's a phone. Had 512 megs of mobile DDR, but it also like supported OpenGL, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it's one of those phones where you like slide the keyboard up. One of the people in the Discord that I'm in, the person I was actually talking about TV out with, I think had a Veer at one point. It's not bad. Like, it's not a bad design, but I think WebOS definitely kind of had more of a better use for televisions than it did mobile phones. Oh, you mean, hold on, where is it? Where is it? Some of you saw me use this at GDQ. You mean like this? Okay, this is for my handspring visor, but like this? One of these? The stowaway from Targets? I want to get an actual like Palm one, because oh no, the gremlin's on screen. I would like to type up a lot of stuff, because you can install word processors for these things, for those that are unaware, and you can write up like full like Word documents on these and then export them using the SD card after moving them over. So like, instead of having a big bulky laptop, you just have one of these, and then you just type it up, and then you can like, you don't have to worry about having a laptop, and instead of having to deal with, you know, a phone's blocky like touchscreen stuff, you can have actual tactical feedback to you, like pressing stuff down. These are so cool. I bought this before I even owned any of these PDAs. I bought this thinking it was for like a laptop or whatnot, not really thinking about it, and didn't realize I couldn't use it. And then years passed. I bought that in the 2010s. Years had passed, and then I bought the Handspring Deluxe. And then I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute, that keyboard had the word visor written on it. So I had to basically tear my entire house apart trying to find it. And then I found it. I didn't put everything back together, so I gotta fix everything. But yeah, it works. And then I took it to GDQ and I wrote a whole bunch of like speedrunning notes for it. And I'm planning on doing that for SGDQ as well. I'm gonna bring the I'm going to use the Visor Pro that I have. I recently expanded it. I got a memplug expansion module, and I put a 64 megabyte compact flash card in it. So now I have 80 megabytes of storage on my Visor Pro. Although I would like to swap out the screen from the Visor Deluxe for the Visor Pro because there's a little bit of a scratch on it, but I think there's a scratch on the other screen. It's fine. Anyway. For those unaware, this is common for a fine quality live stream. Like, this is not like some weird thing. We do tend to take tangents a lot on the stream, but they inevitably do loop back to the original discussion. I know some of you might be in disbelief about that, but no, that is how that works. Like, it's just how my brain works. All right, so once I pick up the armor piece, I need to go to the farthest right, and then go through a bunch of stuff, take the left, and then go through a door, go straight through. And I think this is another go straight through, and run straight to the end. Run straight to the end. All right, so it's here. Holy shit. All right, I just need to run straight through to here. And then get them out of the way. And then done. All right. We're on Moon Mountains now, right? Yeah, Moon Mountains. So we're gonna have Moon Mountains music play now. So we made it to level 6 of 15. Just a heads up, the first of probably 2 intermissions that we're gonna have tonight is gonna be 7 minutes in length because my back is fucking hurting. All right, so how do we do Moon Mountains? That intermission is at the top of this hour, by the way. Oh boy, you're gonna love the ground. The ground basically does not change, like, in terms of, like, movement. This is... Ooh. It's like you applied a landscape texture to it. Okay, so we go straight forward. Basically just straightforward and everything, and then take a right. And then a left. That's a lot of birds. All right, cool. Let's see if I can remember this. I may not have enough health. Okay, I have a little bit more health. Holy shit. All right, cool. Not messing with that. How do I control this? You're gonna love this. So I'm actually gonna show what it says on here. It uses a Palm 3C, though, for the output. But this is basically the same no matter what Palm OS device you use. So there's the so the games that this would have ran on at the time of it coming out. Let's get the gremlin off the screen. Is the Handspring Prism, which you can get for somewhat decent price online. That runs on Palm OS 3.5, and then the M505, the M515. You can also run it on the grayscale systems, so the M500, any of the Handspring devices after the Deluxe. I think the Neo, the Platinum, and the Pro can run this game. I would not play this on a grayscale Palm OS device. Oh yeah, and the 130. The 130. Oh, you had the square direction pad thing with the button in the middle. So you had something you probably had like a tungsten. Is it kind of like this? Or a little bit differently? The nice thing about this one is it has a headphone jack. Because again, you can listen to music on it. All right. Anyway, let's head back to the game. Oh yeah, I forgot you have to manually do that. Okay. Continue. Trying to play a 2D platformer on that was a pain. Do you know there are Game Boy emulators for this thing? I don't know why you would play a Game Boy game on this, but you can do that if you want. I'm kind of curious. So I'm waiting for a Tungsten C, which is one of the few models of Palm devices prior to just the move straight towards like smartphones that has a keyboard, right? So I'm kind of curious how something like this would play on it, but then I remembered that I got the C and not the W, so this is going to be running on Palm OS 5, which means I'm not going to be able to play this on it. Okay, so we make it into the cave, and then we need to run forward, pick up the shield. A lot of tight corridors that we're trying to avoid enemies on. Oh boy, that's gonna be really hard. All right. You're gonna love this. You are going to love this entirely. Well, you'll see. Hold on. I need to actually, like, get health. I actually don't have enough health, and I forgot that I needed to wait if we're going. All right, I think this is good enough. So we need to pick up the shield here. And then the worst combat avoidance sections you will ever see in this tonight. Oh, I don't know how I avoided not taking damage right there. All right, and now we're back to here. So for here, is this quite literally go straight forward? Yes, there is a med kit and an exit quite literally straight forward. So we just move forward. Amazing. Easy peasy. All right, I was looking at you instead of the game for a second, so let's actually pay attention to the game. All right, so we move down some corridors. We get to a big open area. We take a hard left, pick a bunch of lemons, and then go through the exit. You had a Palm 3C. That's not a bad device. If you can find the hot sink cradle, you can get a replacement battery for those fairly cheap, as far as I'm aware. Because I think that's the one with the rechargeable battery. I think the ones that had the color screens had the rechargeable batteries, not the AAA setup like a lot of the grayscale Palms had. Yeah, that would make sense. Color display would definitely burn through batteries a lot faster. All right. All right, here we go. So I need to take a hard left here. And that's the end of the level. And now we're in Oasis. Maybe at some point I can, like, set up the music to be tied to the split. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. I have to get MP3 versions of the soundtrack if I was to do that. All right, so Oasis is about 3 minutes 45 into the run. We quite literally start it by going forward. quite literally just go forward and blam. Section 2. It's always funny when the route is just move immediately forward. All right, so we take a right, and then a right, and then a left. Their frame rate hits, I think, 2 at one point. Go through a door. Avoid the Tommy gun. And then intense combat. Very intense combat. This level's fairly short. Oh, hold on. Ooh. Well, we'll have to play through this. But yeah, I missed a turn. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I missed a turn. It was a right, then a right, then a left. I took the right by accident. And that cost me. So, yeah. We were on the right track. It's just I went the wrong way. Okay. So again, we're gonna have to play through the whole thing again, because that's how we kind of reinforce the route, is we need to drill it into our head. By the way, coming up on Wednesday, again, since I don't know if I'm gonna be actually able to stream on Wednesday, I'll have to figure out like a bit of a backup plan. I will not be streaming Thursday because I would have been up way too late. Because I'm gonna have to wake up on Thursday at like 4:30 in the morning, because I'm gonna have to drive on the road with ice on the road to get to downtown, which would normally be like a 14-minute drive, but is looking like it might take about an hour. Clouds for midweek, more snow possible winds. Okay, if it's just snow, then it's not the worst thing. But if there's a chance for like rain, whoo. Rain possible Tuesday night. Uh-oh. Wintry mix Wednesday. Mixed with snow Wednesday night. Oh boy. Hello, Maori. I hope you're having a good... What day is it right now? It's still Monday. I am as good as I can ever be. I'm still kind of out of it at the moment. Because I had a, obviously, death in the family like 2 weeks ago. So I'm still kind of out of it. But, like, I think we're slowly getting back up to a good state. And after I can actually go to the doctor to get back on, like, attention medication, then I can actually see if I can focus. Yeah, it was last year it was my grandfather on my mom's side, and this year it was my grandmother on my dad's side. And the funeral was quite literally on the same day as my grandfather's passing. So, double whammy. So I've been definitely out of it all, for the last 2 weeks. Whoa, I hit the high score! Hold on, let's put my name in. T. Okay, look, okay. Now I get to show you graffiti. Hold on. I get to show you graffiti. All right, here we go. Ready? We're gonna write TVCR and graffiti. T. No, not question mark. Go back. T. B. C. R. There we go. All right, so we put our name in with graffiti. And if this thing could stop bouncing left and right, gotta make sure we show that it's M515. Then we just do a slash down, right? Slash down? Normally how end line works. Do I just hit... Okay, I hit the to-do list button and then it works. Cool. All right, going again. By the way, if you're unaware, I published, I just wanted to note, because I've barely mentioned it a lot on here, but I have posted a new video on my YouTube on the game Forsaken Necromancer, which you probably seen in bits and pieces as introductions, well, the cold openings for the stream. But I did a proper video on it finally, and you can get to that video via my YouTube, which I don't know if there's a link to down below. If there isn't a link down below, you can go to find-quality.website and find a link to my YouTube at the top of the page. What a silly little game. Oh, hi there. Alright, so try not to die. Gotta make a hard turn here. Hugging the wall a little bit too much. Yeah, it's not a fairly long video. I think it's like 13 minutes. A third of the content from the recording session ended up in the thing. It wasn't a terribly long session because I like filmed it just one morning. Because I like woke up earlier than I was expecting. All right, let's try this again. See, I only lost 30 health that time. See, I remembered this time. You move to the right, not to the left. What am I doing? Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll try that again. A little bit of a brain fart. I'll say that I think at the moment this kind of prop-up solution is working a lot better than I thought it would. All right, so let's try this again. But yeah, Wednesday stream is a bit of a question mark. Maybe I could, just because it might be a little bit easier for me to set up, even though I've had a lot of struggles trying to do it offline. Maybe we could try to do another attempt to learn to draw thing on stream. Oh yeah, I should probably give context to why I'm saying that. So there is, if you weren't here for Friday's stream, I was talking about how I did a recording of the game Art Academy for the 3DS, trying to like figure out why I was having issues with like trying to learn drawing. And through that recording process, we did figure out a lot of problems that was leading to that. Oh, I'm gonna take a death, yeah. You gotta be right on that to pick it up. Excuse me 1 second. Having to readjust my blanket. And I'm putting a pullover nearby because I may need it. It's pretty cold right now. And if it's gonna stay cold, then really need to think this through. Anyway, let's keep going. But yeah, Wednesday I might try to do a another attempt to draw thing. I've been really thinking about this Saturday because I've been trying to get my speedrunner quest stream for January, the snow check as I've been calling it, kind of off the ground. And through one thing or another, I've just been having a lot of issues in doing that, right? This latest weekend was due to my internet wanting to be very temperamental. Thanks, Spectrum. And you're gonna be like, well, there's your problem. You have Spectrum internet. Yeah, no shit. Like, when I have the internet, like, working fine, it's very nice internet. Like, I don't really need gigabit up and down. I just need internet. I'm getting like gigabit down and 40 megabit up, and that's like perfectly fine for my use case. And obviously the question will arise, well, what about Google Fiber? Fuck Google. I ain't giving Google money. Get out of that. Yeah, I mean, gigabit up is good, but the only problem is the only provider that does that in my area is Google. And I don't trust Google as far as I can throw them, and it's kind of hard to throw a multi-billion-dollar company, so yeah. Especially considering Google is part of the one of the reasons we're in kind of the hellscape that we're currently in. Yeah, why would I want to give them money? But yeah, if to be honest, I don't really want to give money to AT&T either. I have some definite beef with the American Telephone and Telegraph Company. But when do I not have beef? Oof. No, this is the one I go left. See, I keep forgetting. This is the one you go left. Right, and then cut the line there. And I need to get rid of... Ooh, okay. Quantum Fiber is part of AT&T. Now you're paying $28 a month on your cell phone bill. I've luckily not had to pay my cell phone bill, like for my phone line, for a good bit now. There's reasons behind that, but it's family issues that is the reason why that is the case. Family issues that pertain to someone doing something related to me, and me finding out about said things. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Someone in my family, my very immediate family, did something that they were not supposed to be doing that did technically affect, well, not even technically, it did affect me. And when they realized I found out about it, they're like, yeah, you don't have to pay for your cell phone bill anymore. I'm not complaining. I wouldn't say credit. What can I say? I'm not gonna out the specific person, but I will say I'm on their phone plan, and they may have taken money I gave them for tuition, paying my tuition, because they were like a co-signer for my student loans, and was using it for not paying my tuition off. So just straight up fraud. But hey, if I don't have to pay for my cell phone bill, like, which is pretty expensive. Although I will have to say I did have to actually pay the cell phone bill to be able to activate my current phone that I bought for my birthday like 5 years ago. But yeah, I don't have to pay for my cell phone bill, which is good because that's like a pretty penny. I have kept looking to make sure that no funny business has been done in the future, and it looks like to not be the case. Well, oh, okay. The game hung for a moment. So yeah, when I keep saying I can't catch a break for things, this is kind of the stuff I am referring to. But yeah, when did that happen? I think that happened in like, oh yeah, because I had to like, I think I remember how I found out about it. I needed to like get a tax form because I'm paying student loans, right? So you do need to like have a tax form for that when you go to file your taxes to make sure that's like noted down, because I think you can technically do that as a deductible. And I had to ask them, because I forgot the password, to have them do a reset on it so I could like get into it and whatnot. And that's when I noticed that there weren't payments made on the account for months. And I do mean months on end. So after I found that out, I changed the password on the account. And now I've been able to consistently pay off my pay my student loans, so that hopefully, I think within like this year or next year, I'll be paid off on my student loans, which will feel so good. That's a good safety to think about. Yeah, I think I owe like 3,000 left. Because this was set up back when I was still in college. And the plan was that I was supposed to pay for the money that I was giving this person. Was half of it was going towards cell phone, and then the other half was going towards student loan payments. And they would cover the other half because it was $150 a month at the time. And they were doing that. So basically, it sums up to I was young and stupid. Because, like, this was set up, this account was set up when I was, like, 18. And I didn't have to really worry about it too much until I was, like, quite literally, I think when they moved over to the new payment system, because the one that I had got bought out by a company, and I had to go in and directly do it. But I have been directly paying my student loans since. And I've been paying a pretty decent amount each month to kind of lower it down, because I just want to get this shit done, you know? But yeah, the reason I wasn't paying directly is because I was young and stupid and didn't know, well, also I couldn't do it at the time because I didn't have enough money to be able to directly pay it. Because at the time of me doing most of my loan payments, I was still making like $80 a week. I've only now gotten to the point where I can like actually pay off student loan, or pay off my loan payments each month with like the money I'm making. Yeah, it's fun working as a host at Waffle House for like a couple years. So you kind of see why I was in a bit of a situation like that. And again, I'm not gonna name the person in question. But yeah. All right, so I need to not die. I would like to actually be able to do levels I haven't done yet. The structure of this is pretty brutal. Pick up the fucking thing. Thank you. I'm leaving with 7 extra health because of that. I probably should not be... Oh, cool. I have to restart the Palm Pilot. Hold on. I'm sorry if, like, a bit of this conversation kind of got to stuff that probably people didn't want to, like, bother hearing. But, you know, this is kind of how, you know, it's tangential stuff. We start with one thing, we work around, then we get back to the original subject. And the original subject was, that internet plans. There's just not a lot of good fiber options in my area that isn't Google. But also, I would like to not give Google money. It's taking a bit to boot. I mean, there are models of the Palm PDAs called the Pilot. It's just, I also just call every model of the Palm a Palm Pilot because I think it's just kind of like what people called these back in the day. Oh, we have intermission coming up, so I guess we're just gonna go straight to intermission then. We're gonna have a 7-minute intermission, and then, hold on, let me change the music real quick. There we go. We have intermission coming up in just a bit, because it looks like we're gonna have a break in about a bit. In fact, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it going. And then when we come back, we're gonna try to get a bit more of this, PDA game kind of figured out. I remembered I had a little view screen right here. But, yeah, we'll get to that. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more of a fine quality live stream. I have my timer in frame. Cool. But yeah, we'll be back with more of a fine quality live stream from TBCR Productions, so join us in a bit, won't you? Oh yeah, by the way, make sure you let me know what weird ads you get in the ad break. Sorry, I had to deal with a thing in the restroom, my sink, because it's getting pretty cold out there. I need to make sure that it was not going to just burst in the middle of the night. Because currently the forecast is predicted to be... Just take a look on my computational device here. 25. It is 27 right now. I would like to make sure that my pipes do not burst. So I've gone ahead and done that. But yeah, we're back with segment 2 of Fine Quality Live Stream from TV Star Productions. We are in the middle of attempting to learn an FPS game on the PDA, known as the Palm Pilot, or more specifically the M515 from Palm. I just call them Palm Pilots because it's a device from Palm and it's like the Palm Pilot. So I call them the Palm Pilot. I don't call handspring visors Palm Pilots, I just call them handspring visors. Oh, and Sony Clies as well. Have you seen those? Those are pretty cool. Those are pretty cool devices. Anyway, a little bit of an advanced look over the next couple of days because we're kind of in a weird state at the moment. Wyoming. No, that's not it. So Wednesday's stream is in a bit of a weird state because of the fact that I have to actually, hold on. I didn't get this fucking vest off. But yeah, this coming up Wednesday is a weird state because I have to be at the doctor's office at like 7:15, 7:20. So I need to get there by 7, more or less. And I have to leave very early in order for me to do that. So I need to, like, you know, there's a potential for the stream to not actually happen, at least for the length that I want it to. I want to have like a nice, good 4-hour stream, right? It's probably not going to happen. So we may do like a creative thing, and hopefully I can get something done within that time frame. We'll have to see if that's actually the case or not. Friday, though, should still be full steam ahead with Megami Tensei in order. We're in the middle of Majin Tensei 2 Spiral Nemesis, the 3rd session coming up. We're in Act 2 of 6, apparently. From what I saw on the internet, we're in, well, not Act 2, but Part 2 of 6. And then we have, hopefully, the make-up stream for Speedrun Request, and I'm going to try to start that as early as fucking possible so I can actually get it done. And then Sunday will be just kind of a rest day for me. Yeah, and then we'll come back here on Monday and start figuring out some more things. I would like to try working on a speedrun with Slighton on a co-op game at some point. We'll have to see if I can actually do that, but what I need to do at the moment is I need to turn this PDA back on because I need to get through more of Serious Sam at the moment. I got my Baja Blast right here. This is 0 sugar, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I wanted to know something. I had the hardest time finding, like, a box of iced coffee. More particularly, like, the 0 added sugar varieties of it. Because I like to have a coffee every once in a while, you know? And I just could not find it. I went through, like, 6 different stores before I went to a Lowe's Foods that actually had it. Wild. Anyway, back to... Wait, do we have the game up on the screen? No, I don't. Let me get the game up on the screen and then we'll cut over. Alright, here we go. good granola bar. Very good granola bar. I'm gonna get the music back up. We're on level 7 at the most. No, not it's a different type of thing. Lowe's food is separate from Lowe's the hardware store. Lowe's food is I think it's like a, where are they based in? I actually don't know where Lowe's Foods is based in. Oh, they're actually a North Carolina brand, Winston-Salem. And they have 85 stores across the U.S. and mainly across the U.S. I mean, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Georgia specifically. Although, actually, I can't say that. I can't say that it's not related to Lowe's, the hardware store. It was opened by the former co-owner of the store brand that became Lowe's Home Improvement. The son of the founder of Lowe's Home Improvement is the founder of Lowe's Food. Wild. Yeah. And the company that owns Lowe's Food is also a North Carolina based company. They also own, what is it, KJ's? Yeah, KJ's. Which, that's more of a South Carolina thing. They bought a whole bunch of, was it Bilo's? Yeah, Bilo's. We had a Bilo in my hometown. We also had a Winn-Dixie, but once the Walmart Supercenter opened, as it normally does, all the big grocery stores die out. So all we have in my hometown now is a Piggly Wiggly, a Food Lion, and Walmart. No. Actually, it's the flip side. The dog's named after the grocery store, not the other way around. Yeah, because Winn-Dixie, the store, was founded in 1925, and because of Winn-Dixie, which is what you're referencing, I think was... when did that book come out? I'm trying to remember. 2000. Yeah. I think Aldi owned Winn-Dixie at some point. Right? Yeah. The company owned Winn-Dixie, also owned Piggly Wiggly at one point. But I think they are now owned by C&S Wholesales. Yeah. At one point, I think... Oh, no. The company that owns Piggly Wiggly also supplies Target and, like, Safeway and whatnot. And Giant with their, like, groceries. Piggly Wiggly is such a good name. It is the first modern, like, well, the first true, like, self-service grocery store. Like, Piggly Wiggly is a very, very important grocery store chain in the history of grocery stores because of the fact that instead of having someone, like, grab all your groceries for you, you could actually go get your groceries yourself. Although I do think that leads to more impulse buying. We have a number of like grocery store chains in the Research Triangle. I know we have Wegmans. Wegmans is pretty good. I like Wegmans like sushi options. They have a lot more than like Publix and Harris Teeter would. And then yeah, obviously Publix, Harris Teeter. Which I think Harris Teeter is kind of the North Carolina grocer. There's also Kroger, but I haven't been in like an actual Kroger in like years. And I think all the Krogers in my area have been converted into Harris Teeters because Kroger owns Harris Teeter, if you didn't know. Oh, this thing's slipping a bit. I need to fix that after this level. It's really hard to like get this stay still. This is why I'll be glad when that VGA thing gets here. How's that? How's the framing on that? Does that look right? Wait, I have a projector. I should be able to see this. All right, there we go. Whoa. Frame looks good. Yeah, so the thing is, this, so how this, like, cradle here works is this is supplying the power, but it's also through, like, a mains plug. But it also has a USB plug going into my Linux box. Yeah, my Linux box. And the cable is very stiff. So I'm having to like fight with it every so often. Oh no, the gremlin was on screen for a moment. All right, let's try level 3 again. So do the turn into here. Make a hard left at Saratoga. Lose half my health. This is the one I go right. And then the second one is where I go left. And I don't know why I keep forgetting that. Yeah, this is the one where I take the left. A reminder again that I'm playing this game at an angle. Like, you're looking at it from basically straight down, but I'm having to look at the game at an angle. But yeah, what else is there? Oh yeah, IGA, Independent Grocers Association. What's the name of the one in the Research Triangle? It's Carly C's, I think is the name of the company. But IGA's is pretty cool. Their prices can be pretty high. But yeah, IGA is like a worldwide thing. There's IGA supply like stores even in like Australia and whatnot. Like IGA, I think is like a neat concept for a grocery store. I mean, hell, Publix is a neat idea for a grocery store. It's an employee-owned like grocery chain. I'm trying to look at like list of like North Carolina based like what grocery options we have in the Research Triangle specifically, because like it's big area. You got Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, Fuquay, Varina, Gardner, Angier, Apex, Holly Springs, Morrisville. I really should not be thinking about this. Rollsville. Yeah, and Zebulon. Zebulon is counted as part of the Research Triangle because they have a big, like, medical area. GlaxoSmithKline has a campus out in Zebulon. You can actually see it from the highway when you're heading towards like Raleigh and Durham and whatnot. On, what is it, 287 they're calling it now? Yeah. Oh yeah, Aldi and Lidl. I forgot about those two. Aldi and Lidl. All right, so we're in the Valley of the Kings. Let's see if I can remember the route for this. So it's forward, to the left, and forward, and to the left, and then to the right, and to here. Good. And part 2 is here to here. Damn! I know exactly how I died. It's because I died. No shit, you're saying. I apologize if this is like not the most fascinating thing to be watching at the moment. But like, these stream times are like the best times for me when I'm not at GDQ to learn games, right? Because like I need to dedicate a lot of time outside of the stream to work on other stuff like YouTube videos, like me trying to learn drawing and try to learn like 3D modeling and whatnot. I found a course for low poly modeling, and I want to see if that might be like a good starting point. Maybe start with low poly and then see if I can move up to regular poly. I don't know if that might be a good idea or not. Maybe I have to approach it a different way. I'm just not sure. But I think ideally, like, the most beneficial thing at the moment would probably be actually doing the 3D modeling, considering, you know, well, but we'll have to see. Hello, Matrix. Welcome to the PDA zone. I love having to replay the entire game every time I die. Imagine if it happened on stage. Oof. At like a speedrunning event. You want to learn 3D modeling because you have an idea for a long-ass game series. I mean, that might be pretty cool. I mean, hell, we could probably help each other with trying to like figure out how the hell to do that. Although, to be fair, I will say that my reasons for wanting to do 3D modeling are more for, you know, trying to help the stream out a little bit. I mean, there's also like other things that I would like to use it for, but like the main reason is because it would be a bit easier to like get stuff made for the stream. Because while I'm awaiting certain funds from certain people regarding certain things, and they know what those are, I'm pretty sure they're watching at the moment. It's a bit hard for me to really commission people for things at the moment. And also, just like some of the things I feel like it would be a bit too mean to kind of like ask someone to try to do. And you can probably guess the one thing that I'm thinking of. And you're right, it's the Majin Tensei 2 outfit. I feel like it would be very mean to like ask someone to make something with like barely any like references for it at all. I feel like it would probably make more sense for me to just tackle that myself. But obviously, I'm in a state where I can't really tackle that myself, can I? Hold on, I gotta move my windows around a bit. Ooh. Yeah, a little bit cold. The character from Majin Tensei 2, so Naoki, who most notably has only one actual like piece of art for his character design. There's also Cassiel from another Bible, but Cassiel has like the benefit of actually having more than one like angle to like look at their outfit from. I think there's also like views of the character from within the why the fuck did I do that? There's also views of the character in the game from various sprites. It's kind of hard for me to confirm that because that would require me playing the game, right? Yeah, there's the one from the box art, there's the one from the cartridge art, which is two separate kind of things. I know there's a viewpoint of Cassiel from behind in it. Which lets you see the back of the bandana and whatnot. Cassiel's outfit's just weird. And then another outfit that I thought about that would be pretty hard to do is the protagonist for Get to Megami Tensei. Their outfit's a bit weird because they have like kneecaps that are like part of their like pants, like built into the pants. It's a bit hard to explain. The protagonist, the Ron, also has a bit of a complex outfit because they have like a big puffy like red coat. Or I wouldn't even say it's like a big puffy red coat. Their coat's just very loose. And then I also thought about like, like I have to, we're using the Nakajima outfit for Koyaku Megami Tensei, by the way. I actually made it for that before Telenet, Digital Devil Story. But I also need to make an outfit for the protagonist of Megami Tensei 2 and SMT1 at some point. But the Megami Tensei 2 one is a bit more immediate because of the fact that their game is like not that far from now, you know? So the thing about their character is at some point, a thing happens to the character and there is a significant change to their look. I'm trying to avoid saying the specific thing at the moment that happens, but... Okay, there's a dismemberment of a limb that happens at some point. And then they get the limb replaced, right? I don't know how hard it would be to do that. You already saw the pics. For which character? Hideto from Megami Tensei 2. Well, yeah, you were there. You were there to watch the playthrough as well. All right, this is left. No, this is right. I'm going to take another death. I'm trying to like... Oh, that's a weird texture. That's a weird glitch going on. All right, this is left. Although I would like to also pick up the health here, to be honest. All right, cool. All right, then we cut down. I'm also just a bit like divided as to which particular like outfit I make for that character, because like obviously there's the outfit they start with, but there's also the outfit they wear in the wasteland, you know. At least I'm just considering the protagonist. How about like what's it, Senda's fucking dark hero outfit? Whew. In fact, I don't even think that outfit is like even like allowed for like Twitch terms of service. I'm pretty sure that's not allowed. Also, another thing that I have to like think about is Demi Fiend for SMT3, because I'm pretty sure even with like male VTubers and streamers in general, you can't be or you're not supposed to be shirtless unless Twitch is doing like a weird thing where they're not applying something equally to everyone. That would not surprise me in the slightest. Because with that one, I had to think about, okay, well, if I can't do like, you know, just the shorts and the shoes like the Demi Fiend has, having like the coat that the protagonist wears at the beginning of the game. But then I thought about it, there's two separate coats. That one's not as hard because I think you can mostly do that in Vroid specifically. Come on. But like, this is a lot of the stuff I'm having to think about like outside of the stream, right? Like, it's outside of the stream, I'm just not just like sitting around doing nothing. Like, I'm having to think about a lot of stuff and like working on a lot of stuff. I am kind of pushing myself to be busy at all times, which is probably not a good thing. And me kind of having attention span problems is also not helping with that as well, because it means I can't really focus on what needs to be done as well. Then it would explain why it took me 7 hours to make a door. Oh, 14 health. $14 health, 23. This is almost certainly a death. Yep. Hold on, I'm grabbing safety health. Only gives me 1 each. Damn. Okay. Again, the music doesn't help when I'm having to manually change it, and I apologize that it's been the same track for a bit. I'll swap it to fucking Valley of the Kings. Oh, I can't because Chatterino is deciding to take up all the screen. Even though I, like, move it towards a corner. All right. Hello, Maverinthia. I hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Welcome to the PDA zone. And by PDA, I mean the personal digital assistant. This thing is so hard to fucking keep in one place. Again, cannot wait for that TV out SD card, the cursed SD card of video out to get sent to my house. All right, here we go. Oh, oh. Yeah, that's fine. I was more shocked at the fact that I didn't die on the last part, and I still died anyway. Ah, damn! My stylus fell to the ground. Okay. All right, let's go again. Oh no, the gremlin was on screen. All right. Yeah, I'm calling whenever my actual forehead appears on screen the gremlin. Because glass screen. This is not straight down, by the way. Like, this is at like a 45-degree angle that you're looking at the PDA from. It's a top-down camera view, don't get me wrong. Uh-oh, the screen's on. The screen's on. That's not good. That's an OLED. But yeah, you're looking at the video feed from my Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, which used to be my actual phone, like main phone, until I got my iPhone. I had to switch because it was done with security updates. So glad, very high sarcasm here, obviously, but so glad that the Android phone developers, in the goodness of their hearts, stop doing security update or do like actual feature updates 2 years after you buy your phone, so you have to buy a new one. Definitely not causing landfill whatsoever. Especially with a phone that you can't replace the battery on. Well, easily. Oh no, 69 health. Come on. Ba-bam. Grab that through the door. Back out. Shoot the thing. Make our way through. Oh. Cool. I probably should have picked up that health. We'll have to see. Yeah, we're not doing any actual runs of this tonight because I clearly have a bit to learn. I'm impressed that I've been able to make it as far as I have been able to, considering I cannot actually look at the screen properly through all this. I have more health than the world record holder had at this point. I have less health than the world record holder had at this point. All right, cool. Level 4. Go forward and then left. I think I've quite literally went in a circle at this point. Okay. I think it's this way. Yep. Damn. You know what? I think it's what? I can't. Oh yeah, I only have the pistol. I can't switch weapons. This is why I have to reset at the beginning of each level, every time I die, by the way. I don't have the gun that I need. Okay, hold on. I'm also gonna have to just reset because I keep pushing the damn thing. Hold on. Thought occurred. What if I put Last Bible for the Game Gear behind the thing, and then I just move the camera slightly back? Whoa. Hold on. I gotta fix this a little bit. Oh, I can't because again, the camera is as far turned as it can be. All right, anyway, as a reminder, this is a fine quality live stream from TBCR Productions, and what was the name of the stream title? Question, are you serious? Answer, yes. And I definitely am serious. Playing Serious Sam for the Palm Pilot. I never realized, probably just because of the fact that I don't actually like plan things out. People actually like making drawings of their scene layouts and whatnot, which I need to know. I have never done. When I made this layout, I never did that. I unironically just went off of vibes about how things look. It's like, yeah, this looks pretty good. Maybe I should, maybe... Also, something you may not have noticed. The box... this one? Look at the bottom. Look at the bottom of the windows. Doesn't make any sense, right? That's intentional. It's an optical illusion. There's an optical illusion in the stream layout. It is 100% intentional. I intentionally had it subtle. I was like, oh wait, this looks a bit weird, but you know what? Maybe it could work out if I did it like this. So I just decided, yeah, I'm just gonna keep this in. This is also what happens when I make my own layouts. But to be fair, this is a very TBCR-like layout. And I'm not talking about the fact that there's a little TBCR head in the top left corner. That was a very delayed loss of health. Oh, this is gonna be a death. Unless I can somehow grab the health in this room. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I think there's a bit of an advantage to doing this in emulation than doing it on actual hardware, which is the fact that you don't have to push the Palm PDA's buttons. These buttons are kind of mushy, I will be honest with you. Like, there's a bit of tactical feedback when you, like, press down on the keys, but it definitely is kind of mushy. I am pushing its buttons. That's so true. By the way, I want to show you the difference between high and low. So the difference between the M515 and the M505 is the M505 is front lit. So it looks like this in terms of its brightness level. And the M515 is backlit, which means it's like this. Now the plus side to the front lit one is that the graffiti drawing area at the bottom is actually lit up. So if you were like in complete darkness and you need to write something down, you could actually see the drawing pad a lot easier. But with the M515, it's like a little bit of like light bleed, and that does kind of help, but it's not the same. I would say if you want to get a Palm PDA, definitely if you want to get one for a like long battery life, get something like the M505 or like even the old school Palms, like the Palm 3, even the Palm Pilot, if you don't care about like not having a lot of storage space. You could also get the handspring visor as well. It runs Palm OS 3.0 or 3.1 for the older versions, but the later models have 3.5. You can also what's that one? The i705? It's an internet capable one. Is it i705 or i710? I think it's the i705. It's the i705. That looks like a really nice model, by the way. If you don't care about writing, there's obviously the Treo, the handspring Treos, of which I believe the 90 is the only one that is a non-cell phone. And that one comes with, I believe, 16 megabytes of storage. And it's the only, as far as I'm aware, the only like true PDA from Handspring that actually ran Palm OS 4. All the other ones are smartphone things or ran on Palm OS 3. I would like to get a Treo 90 at some point. I'm gonna have to look up the prices for a Treo 90, and I just want to find a good device. Actually, hold on. How's the keyboard for the Treo 90? God damn it. Hold on. Chat. Here's what a Treo 90 looks like. That's a Treo 90. Oh, Bonsai. Oh, did it crash? I guess it crashed. Hold on. Serious Sam. I think I can run a Treo 90 with what I currently have. I don't think it has like a special connector. I think it uses the oh no, it does. There's a Treo 90, which I think has a fucked hinge. Yeah. For $22. A fucked hinge, as in, like, the hinge is broken. Like, quite literally snapped in two. Not connected. Dangling. Yeah. Oof. It's the best way to describe it. Because, like, you look at it and you're like, ugh. The head pats. I still don't have... Okay. Someone has implemented head pats into the application I use, right? I have no idea on how to even implement that. Because again, I fly by the seat of my pants, and I probably should read the documentation for the software, but at the same time, I've tried reading the documentation for the SDK, and it is mind-numbing. Yeah, mind-numbing. I do use that. Like, I do not know how to actually implement Twitch into the, into this thing. And this is probably what I get for that. I don't know. Again, I don't plan things out. Like, a lot of the things I do on the stream are very fly by the seat of the pants. See, I would use Feed and Yawn if it wasn't for the fact that it's... There's a lot of stuff I'm gonna have to actually, like, configure in it to get it into a similar state to how I'm doing this at the moment. And, like, it's very sensitive for movement. I tried setting it up, and then I got too frustrated, and I just gave up. Like, don't get me wrong, I think it is definitely very feature intensive, but it's definitely got a difficulty curve for setting up. All right, I gotta lock in. Locking in. Nice. This music, again, is so tonally different than, like, the slow-paced gameplay that you're watching on the screen. 61. Cool, ad break coming up in a bit. All right, please let me get through this next level. Did I ever change the brightness back? I don't think I did. Oh dear, if that's actually the case. Oh dear. Hold on. I'm just gonna hit here real quick just to make sure. Should be on high. Oh, it is on high. And it just... Yeah, that's how bad the angle is. That is how bad the angle of me looking at this is. I love the delay in losing health that I get. All right, let me, Just as a little bit of a top off. Okay. Oh. Damn it. I need to just go straight forward. That little bit of like turning that I'm doing there is actually like doing me in. All right. Going again. Yep, going again. Sorry. I say that and then I noticed something. All right. Now we're going again. Come on. The fact that I've been playing this for 3 hours, I think is impressive. In this setup. I would have it plugged into this type, hold on, this type of cable. However, by the way, I need to know I spent $20 on this, and the end of the cable is already starting to fray, as evidenced by my electrical tape fix here. Also, it's off-gassing. Ugh. I sure do love the smell of plastics releasing fumes in the air. All right. No, I don't like off-gassing. Shit fucking reeks. This actually really smells. You know what also really smells? The this case for the 505. Oh, what a fucking smell. I guess that's the consequence of those being made of actual leather and not faux leather. Again, I would have loved to have a faux leather one. But it looks like all the new in-stock stuff is actual leather and not... Well, new old stock is just actual leather and not faux leather. Again, I would like faux leather. Because it doesn't have that fucking smell to it. My nose is very sensitive. Why did I do that? I like how I didn't even actually like properly aim at the enemy and I still managed to take them out. This fucking game. I'm just going straight forward, not bothering with picking up anything. Oh, I'm now regretting that. Whew. I love how that's like not immediately in front of you, so you can just miss it if you're just moving straight forward. All right, come on. Still took considerable damage. I need to go to the right. 12 health. Need to time my shots there. For enemies that I can barely see, by the way, I'm just guessing when I need to fire. Oh. All right, Valley of the Kings, which I feel like I can get, right? But I will change the music at some point. Do not worry. I understand it's been playing the same music for like the past 20 minutes. Whew. I'm waiting. Because again, I would like to actually be able to make progress in this video game. You know what my favorite list? I want to point this out while I'm waiting. You know what my favorite listings are on like sell site, like marketplace sites, is when they mention no charger but works. How do you know it works if you don't have a charger? Sounds like they're lying. How do you know this device that you don't have is working? Unless they have a part for it, but they're not selling it to you because they'd like to make more money off of you. I know there are sellers out there that will quite literally like strip a thing to like its component parts and then have you pay for each part. No, this is correct. This is correct. All right, I need to double check the route for this one because it's been quite a bit since we've been on this one. So give me just a second. I'm just gonna rewatch the video from this level, which should be on my left browser window. That's right, it is. And then I'm gonna play it. You're gonna hear beeps and boops. Do not worry. I believe it's this level. Yep. So in the run, we're about 3 minutes. Pick up the health. Straight forward. Go around. Go around. Past the bird, like, enemies. Okay. All right, this is the part I gotta worry about. Wow, I got past all of them without taking any damage. I know I have to pick up the armor right there. This is really the worst part of this level. Right there. That's the worst part. And then it's quite literally just run forward. And then make a hard left at Saratoga. All right. So I remembered the route for that. So that's good. So now I'm going to put it back on Oasis. Because that is the level that we are currently on. I'm just waiting for the VOD to catch up with where I'm at currently. That's so true. Actually, you know what? That one listing that I saw, I don't think that's a Palm Treo 90. I think it's a 270. Yeah. I think it's a 270. All right, so I'm on Oasis. I'm watching Oasis. Go forward through the door. Take a right. And then a left. And then go through the door. Avoid the Tommy gun. If I make it past this, I would have made it farther than I have so far. This is a fairly short level. The fact that I made one wrong turn basically doomed me. All right. All right, let's go. Gonna make it to the right, take the left, and then the left. Avoid that. Cool, I shot at it and then it went past me and then it still killed me. Cool, and I was at the very end of the level. Like, it quite literally was that door in front of me. Quite literally was the door in front of me. Okay. I need to see what time it is. It is 1:22. By the way, want to stress to you that the volume for the music that you're hearing is 5. It is at 5% volume. Yeah, 5% volume. All right. Let's go again. Oh, I have new high score. I have to put my name in. Hold on. T B C R. There we go. Sorry. Okay. I thought I got messaged about something, but no. I need to get used to the fact that I need to make a hard left turn as soon as that load happens. Because that hard left turn is going to let me get those armor pieces a lot easier. Okay. Let's go again. Head through. I don't know why I'm doing this side. I mean, it still works. Kind of dodge. I need to kind of pulse my movement there. Still got hit despite going past. I hit the button, didn't fire. Not gonna complain too much. Also, apologize for the blinking light, esque. Fuck! I apologize for the blinking light-esque type of, like, crosshair on the screen. I just now noticed it. Okay, I need to also consider the fact that I need to, even though I woke up at like 7, yeah, 7 p.m., I still need to go to bed at some point, and so I can like get my sleep schedule back in. Oh, let's be honest, my sleep schedule's fucked at this rate. I need to be able to at least get through my workday, and you know, I have a horrible feeling that my sleep schedule is going to get to the point where I may have to go back to doing day streams for a little bit just to get it back in order. I really would like to not do that because that is... Doing morning streams seem to have been a very controversial choice for some. But like, that's what bereavement leave kind of did to me. Kind of had to resort to doing day streams for a bit. Well, no, I was even doing that even before. I would like to not have to do day streams unless I have to. And by day, I mean, like, in the morning. But I have a horrible feeling I'm going to fall asleep tonight, and then I'm going to wake up at, like 4. Like, I'm not going to get any sleep, actually. And that's going to really screw me over with my day job. Alright. Only took one hit. That health pickup was basically pointless. And this one is essentially pointless because of just... I love taking immediate damage as soon as the door opens. I'm gonna go for that one, if need be. Uh-oh, I'm out of ammo. I'm out of ammo. I didn't pick up ammo. Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna have to pick up a little bit of ammo. There we go. Then open this door. Take 30. Sorry, did I say 30? I meant 60 health off. All right, come on. Oh, didn't mean to fire that. Oh, wasn't able to read. Hold on, give me a second. I'm near the end of the level. Okie doke, Thrin, have a good night. Oh yeah, for people that are unaware, maybe joined this a little bit late. I'm playing on a 160 by 160 display. That is not a joke. This is 160 by 160. Yeah, have a good night, Thrin. All right. Oh, got caught. Square resolution. All right, I may need to hold off on a second. Oh boy. Hold on, I need to hold off. Yeah. Oh no, the gremlin appeared on screen. Alright. I think I have enough, so let's go again. Yeah. Why do I keep doing that? Okay. I don't think I would have had enough health anyway. Don't think I would have had enough health anyway. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna readjust my earbuds because they are kind of moving a bit weird. Yeah. All right, anyway. Let's go again. We're probably not going to go for super much longer. Because, I mean, I can only do but so much of this in one sitting. Like, this is quite literally hurting my back to do this. Who knew? I could actually like just sit back and see the screen a lot better than if I was like a little bit further forward. That's a bit bizarre. Okay, ooh, here we go. I will switch the music after this level. I think, yeah, just getting that enemy out of the way. And then... yeah, getting that enemy out of the way work out pretty well. That's so true, Eagle Noise number 12. Okay. Whoa! Hold on. Okay, I may actually need to be using strafing. This is gonna make this setup a lot more hellish than it already is. Hold on, I did that bit wrong. Yeah. Let me experiment with strafing a bit. For those unaware, how this game works for the controls is this. They're using a Palm 3C or a Palm 3 for an example here. But this is how you would control the game. Yes, this is as fucked as it looks. All your main movement buttons are at the bottom. So, oh boy. I would like to see how playing it with like this specific format is, because the one of the comparisons between this Palm Pilot and the older 3Com specific ones is that let me point it down a little bit. The buttons are a bit at a curve compared to the 3Com era. So that's a thought. I really should not be buying another Palm PDA just to be able to test this. But I also don't have a handspring visor prism, so like this is my only color OS 3 or 4 PDA currently, so I can't really do a comparison. I feel like one of these has to be like the best optimal device to be doing stuff like this with. Okay, that's something I want to test, actually. There's no rollover on the buttons, so that's good. I just need to get kind of used to strafing. I've been doing this entire stream without strafing, but I probably need to actually look into strafing. The problem is, if I'm holding the strafe button, then obviously the look left and look right buttons are movement. And that might be more beneficial to do a strafe right there instead of turning. Might be beneficial to do a strafe right there as well. Oop. Lost all my stuff there. Might need to let off the forward movement right there. Did not pick up that health whatsoever. Died. I will note that when I go to, if I ever submit this for a marathon, not only will I have the direct feed on the screen right here, okay, but I also have the capture like somewhere above or below me. All right, that might work out. Yeah, I think that might work out. All right, anyway, I'm probably gonna have to work on this a little bit before I go to bed, you know, where I can actually look at it properly. Because again, you're getting a lot clearer view of this game than I am currently. Okay, hold on. So it's start level, move forward. Do a forward and left strafe into open walkway. Just left strafe there, then move forward. And I missed the gun. Ugh. All right. Going again. I need to get this down. I need to get this down. Move in, move forward, go through the door. All right, I think, yeah, just forward and left strafe, and then I will get through the door, but then I need to quickly get my hands back into the right positions. That gun is so hard to pick up. You have to be, again, dead on. Dead on with it. Yeah, okay, so get that. I think you do technically move a little bit faster when you do strafe running. Like how even when I strafed ahead of time to avoid it, I still took massive damage. Just can't win. Still did not. Somehow did not take damage from it. All right, I'll switch music now. All right, so let's go to a like music we haven't heard yet. Suburbs. So we can have a little bit of a breakup. Cool. At some point, I'm gonna like be playing this for too much and the game's just gonna crash. That is an inevitability. We've already had one segmentation fault already. Come on. Nope. Down to 4, 6, 7, 8. All right, I need to actually look at the game, like properly look at the game. Okay. Actually, I just thought about this. Hold on, I'm gonna disappear off the screen for a bit. I want to test something. I'm at the lowest height for my chair, right? Yeah, I am. I'm gonna raise it to the highest height real quick. Wow, that did jack shit. No, it does make it a little bit easier. It's just hard to like, you know, be CGI man at max height. Well, I don't know. Let me experiment a little bit here. Maybe not. I can definitely see a lot easier now. Just had to raise my chair up to its max height. Alright, anyway. What the fuck did I die from? Eh? I feel like any turning in any capacity is going to be slower. Because you have to do the action of turning, you know? That was not good, what I just did. Which is not actually get any sort of, like, health pickup. Oh, not health pickup, ammo pickup. I think we're gonna wrap up soon-ish, though. Armor gone. It might be faster for me to just do this. Yeah, I think it might unironically be faster for me to just take the long way out. The world record run actually goes into the middle, but if I can actually take advantage of strafing, like properly take advantage of strafing with this curse control format, it might just be more beneficial for me to do that instead. I don't know. Alright. Didn't take as much damage as I thought I was. I'll change the volume to the game, or the audio to the game in just a second. I really want to see if, like, what I can do to kind of speed that section up, because I am taking forever to get through that. I wonder if strafing can actually get me through that hallway section a lot faster. What do you mean strafing just makes me avoid getting hit by the enemy? Is it because I'm lagging the game out? Bizarre if true. Oh, I said I was gonna change it, and then I didn't. Fuck. Shit, I'm sorry. Right. Pause. Sewers. Because obviously there's a sewer level in this game. Okay. I'll give it a few more tries, and then we're gonna stop for the evening. Because I do need to get ready for bed. At least for a nap, considering I've slept a considerable bit already. Okay. Has this been interesting for the people that have been sticking here the whole time? I'm very curious to get thoughts on this. Has this been interesting to watch? Wow, that's a bit dog shit. Somewhat. I mean, I can understand that this is, like, not the most exciting thing in the world, but, like, I do think this was worth learning because it's just a funny concept, right? I think it would be a lot better if I could actually have direct capture. I think having it be literally overhead, capture is kind of making this a little bit hard to watch. Well, with me doing that, I actually managed to keep my armor over to here. I let off the... Okay. The dithery graphics are interesting. Yeah, that's just because of the... I think that's just because of, like, the display, to be honest. Because what was this? What was the display for this listed as? Its display was listed as a... It doesn't mention in the type of screen. It's a TFT display. Yeah, a TFT display. I need to carefully slalom through here. I got that enemy out of the way. Got more ammo. I do not think I was moving faster right there. It feels like I was moving faster, but I don't think I was. Okay. I'll say one more. One more try. One more try. We'll switch to one more piece of music. We'll do Metropolis. Oh. If I can get past this level, it will be the last try. I mean, but for like a TFT display, this is not bad. I mean, keep in mind, this device's primary purpose is to, like, organize your life, you know? Like, it is a date book, more or less. All right. I think that lines me up a little bit better to kind of like hit the shots that I need to take out the more egregious enemies. Somehow did not take a death there. Okay, this is the part where I need to not actually do strafing. Yeah, organize your life by playing Serious Sam on the Palm PDA. Oh, hold on. Ooh, hold on. There we go. I'm having to quite literally hold on to the hue cards right now because if I don't, the PDA will go sliding. Oh. Well, that's it. But yeah, pretty interesting. I am going to actually finish learning this. It may take a bit, but I'm gonna get this learned. You watch. Anyway. I'm going to now turn the screen off. Well, actually, I'm gonna go do this. Well, after I hit this. Hit that. And with that in mind, let me stop the music on my end. And we're just gonna wrap up because, yeah, can't be doing that all night because I do actually have to be at work tomorrow. So, yeah, it was a pretty productive stream. I'll say that. It may not be the most interesting thing, at least at the moment, just with how the capture and whatnot is, but I will actually work on trying to improve that. We have stuff coming in the mail, hopefully in the future, to kind of aid in making that a little bit easier for you to watch. But while I wait for that, let's see who's live on twitch.tv this morning. The time is 2:03 a.m. Yeah, 2:03 a.m. Sorry, I'm just trying to move stuff around real quick. I gotta lower my chair down a little bit. And yeah, let's use live right now. Do thank everyone that did stop by to keep me company this evening. Hopefully this week's set of streams will not have any issues preventing them from happening. I really hope that is the case. That we can actually get like a whole week out without any issues. Alright, so... Where is my little thing? Here it is. Alright, so let's use live right now. At least in terms of people that I'm following at the moment. Let's go by least amount of time live. You know who we haven't hosted in a good bit? Chunks. Let's host Chunks. Yeah, let's go host Chunks, who's doing... Actually, are they ending? Hold on, I gotta check. They're also doing Arc Raiders. I have to think this over a little bit. Because I do also take the game into account when I do the raid. I'm trying to figure this out real quick. Well, I can tell you who we're not going to be raiding. Author Blues looks like been streaming for a good bit now. Let's see. Yeah, we could do Chunks. So while I get you sent ready to go watch Chunks, as a reminder that this stream will hopefully be live on my VOD channel. Will be on my VOD channel hopefully in the next couple of days. In fact, I'm gonna go push the last set of streams that need to get moved over right as I'm done with this. So hopefully those will be up by tomorrow today in the evening. Yeah, today in the evening. But yeah, let's go get you set to head over there by saying that if you like to keep up to date with if you like to keep up to date with this fine quality live stream and you're not doing it at the moment, you thought this stream's pretty interesting, maybe you want to watch more of them in the future, make sure you hit the follow button. We do stream at least try to stream 3 days out of the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday being whatever the hell I feel like doing, and Friday is Megami Tensei in Order, which is the only active, like, dedicated playthrough series during the week for Atlus's Megami Tensei franchise in original release order. Not every version of the games, but at least one of each version. Or one version of each game. And yeah, Saturday and Sunday, but not both. Or Saturday or Sunday, but not both, is a bonus stream, which could be anything, or it could be nothing if I have issues, because some of these stream formats do require a lot of setup, like speedrun requests. There's a lot of consoles that I have to make sure are plugged in and whatnot. I can't have them all plugged in at once. I wish I could, but I can't. But yeah, if you're following on Twitch, make sure you also join the Fine Quality Discord down below, where there's a bunch of channels that you could potentially see. For instance, we have a Megami Tensei channel, there's a speedrunning channel, there's a lot of tech channels. I am in the tech industry as the current moment is. So Linux, Windows, Mac, even third-party OSs. We have Amiga and other European and Japanese home computers, movies and games and whatnot. There's even an art club for the artists out there. And if you're a supporter of the Fine Quality live stream via Twitch sub, or recurring $5 or $10 coffee donation, or a membership, you do get access to a supporter lounge as my thank you for that, where you get bonus content, including, well, bonus videos, early work in progress stuff. There's also behind the scene things and a lot more coming in the future. And for the $10 coffee tier, you get listed in the credits for any future videos, starting with the next one coming out, which I don't know what it is yet. We'll have to see. But you can find a link to that coffee down below. There's also a throw-in if you'd like to buy an item on my to-do list. It is a to-do list. I will inevitably get to those items myself, but if you like to beat me to the punch on those, any contributions towards that is definitely greatly appreciated, and I'll call you out on stream if you don't set it as anonymous for you doing it. And then what else is there? Oh yeah, fine-quality.website. It's not only my Blue Sky handle, it's my actual website. It has social media at the top, stream it in the middle, but you need to check your extensions like ad block and privacy trackers if you don't see it. And that's just because Twitch is weird with embeds. And contact information at the bottom, along with coaster credits, if that's something you like to know about. Oh yeah, I found out This is a last minute thing. I found out that since I bought a gold pass with the all park passport for this year, I get a prestige pass at the end of this month for the whole year, because they moved to a regional like gold pass thing. Fascinating, but that means I have to get prestige pass moving forward to get all the parks. Oh well, that's how it goes. Anyway, I'm gonna send you off the chunks, and I'll see you Wednesday here. But until then, my name is TV Sierra, and I hope you have a good one. Take care. Bye bye.